Stream looks like it's going, so let's see if it starts this time. Probably because I started and stopped it, it got confused.
Sprawling house-sinned compound. According to your sources, the laboratory with the flash stones lies somewhere to the north. House-sinned is extremely secretive. You won't be welcome here, even if you are disguised as a drow.
This one's a little bit confusing because it almost seems like you have to kill everything twice. So I'm going to concentrate on the not undead mobs. And I complained about this before, but I think the problem here is if there was a necromancer standing right here actively raising the dead, then okay, but since there's not, then they shouldn't just raise themselves.
If your sources are correct, the laboratory with the flash stones should be through the open doorway to the west.
So this may be the slowest possible way to do this quest, but and I guess I can get my bear out. See if he can help. Let's give him freedom of movement, and let's give him Death Ward. Occasionally he'll get stat damage, and so maybe that'll help him.
An eerie green light pulses from one corner of this arcane laboratory.
These guys have small demons in here, so you know they're up to no good. You see mobs run over to Dwerkin occasionally because one of the defensive mechanisms of his cloak is it turns him invisible. And so if mobs can't see him, they'll run over and kind of touch him and then run back to where they were.
You have found a box of
kind of handy because while they're doing that, they're not doing something they should be doing. So I clearly don't follow the correct path through this. Let's try going back to the entrance from here. There's the entrance. And let's go clear these mobs and then we'll go through that door. I don't know what the correct path is, but I get the feeling that I don't normally follow the correct path. Whatever the correct path is, I don't think I'm getting it. So let's go through here and see.
The unexpected glare of torches lights the room. No doubt this is where the house-sinned wizards study the scrolls they have plundered from the surface.
Good, good. Better remember to pick up the breakables as we go. Bear's pretty good about taunting mobs. I don't tell him to do that, but or he just gets aggro in preference to Dwerkin. I guess if you saw a dwarf in a dragon suit and an owlbear, then you might be inclined to think the owlbear was the more dangerous of the two. Not sure. Grab that blue key. So good. Pick up the breakables in here. Hitting Q on the keyboard, which highlights items that can be interacted in this game. So unlock the door with the cool key. Now here we have these guys. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into a defensive stance. Nice D&D term. And what that does in theory is it keeps these guys from knocking me down all the time. Now they're both attacking me, which is good, so they don't tear up the bear. They're level 28, the bear's level 25. You probably would do pretty well against an Astral Panther, but he benefits from my aura, which is a nice thing about having a bear for the cleric. Now, I got those explosives, and the purpose of those explosives is to blow up these cauldrons, but we're not going to do that until we open the chest. It's a trap. Because if you blow up the cauldron first, no chest. I think that's a good game mechanism. I'd like to see more things like that, where you have to have a little common sense. Legendary victory.
A powerful
Run, bear, run!
destroys the library's archive, leaving the
Oh, it barely got out of there.
scorched.
No pun intended. Okay, so we got the library. Now I wonder where we're supposed to go. Usually what I do is the big wonder, but let's try and clear. We came in here and we went back there. Now see, normally what I do is right through these doors, but this is what gives me the impression that I'm not going the right way. It's not a wrong way per se, because there's multiple ways to work through the adventure. Go, bear. When I've been through here before, the bear does about 1/3 of the damage. So he does a nice job of increasing my damage output. There's a necromancer up here, as I recall, and I want to get rid of him first.
Bring fresh corpses to be sorted.
It's nice enough to back himself into the corner for me. Now we can get rid of the undead. The necromancer's back. I'm going to put on my charisma item. Not planning on turning. Actually, we could see. I don't do a lot of turning. I mostly do bursts in here, but Dwerkin has a reasonable turn, but not close to what you can get with the yeah, so 38 hit die, so you got both of them, and that was with a 20. He rolled a 20. Now, the 20 doesn't directly add to turning. It's a turning roll, so it's a little bit more complicated than that. But there's nobody that deserves to die better than arch necromancers. Necromancy is illegal in every civilized country in this game. Every civilized people have made necromancy illegal. Okay, so we had to kill him twice, even though he was the necromancer and couldn't raise himself. So, okay,
The living
I think that's wrong.
inhabitants of the compound take their meals in this dining hall, waited on by their undead servants.
Now this is the part where the owlbear can be a disadvantage for a cleric, because he doesn't know how to play the blade barrier by running around it. He'll stop and be a fighter in the middle of the blade barrier. So what I was doing is summoning him a couple of times in order to get him to follow me and not get aggro. Sometimes you'll be busy running a blade barrier and realize the bear's just sitting there with all the mobs surrounding him, getting killed. Even though we're on epic hard, not too much in here is going to actually hurt Dwerkin, and so that gives us time to figure out what's going on and slowly cast on things and get them killed. Got some more urns in here. The Underdark's very dark, an advantage for the drow. Yeah. He greater shouted me before I could turn undead. That's just rude. I'm going to have to start conserving my turns a little bit because I didn't come in with a full set. Not conserving them so much that I can't cast a turn undead, though. The bear just ran off. Not sure where he's headed. He may have gotten feared. May have seen something I didn't see, or somebody across the aisle that he preferred to go fight. There he is. Is there somebody else standing here casting at us? Maybe he just fell off. Okay. So I think we need to go in here, and in here we'll find the key to the next door. No, that's the kitchen door. And they won't let us in. They won't let us in! Maybe we'll find the key to the kitchen in here. No, this is back out to the hall. So the way you're supposed to do these quests is you know them by heart, you know exactly the fastest way to go through them. But of course that's never what I do. I just kind of... Every trip's a new trip. Every time through is a new quest. Muddle through. It's a Dwerkin's built to take a lot of punishment and to not run out of spell points. When he does run out of spell points, his spell-like abilities can actually be cast on echoes. The echoes give you back 30 spell points, and his spell-like abilities can actually run through the echoes. Or that's enough spell points to slowly kill a boss or slowly work through something. So, yeah, basically we have to kill everything twice in here. I've got a curse. Thought I'd gotten it off. You'll see me use that occasionally. Purge Dark Magics actually takes away, I have the second level of it, so it takes away 2 negative effects on you. I only thought I had 1 negative effect on, so I was surprised I had to cast it twice, but maybe I'm not getting all the Purge Dark Magics I paid for. Destroyed 36 House Undead, that was what that twinkle was about. Turning invisible in front of my eyes didn't help those guys very much, because as soon as they turned visible, then they were one-shotted. Thank goodness they were invisible for a second, because otherwise they would have been one-shotted immediately. From their point of view. I thought I'd killed you twice already. Using the Forgotten Light can be used as a weapon. Dwerkin doesn't have all that much strength, 22 strength, but the Forgotten Light does have Supreme Good and Devotion and Radiance to help with the spell casting. So the other oddity about Forgotten Light is that it uses your Wisdom bonus to hit and damage instead of your Strength bonus. And of course, Dwerkin as a cleric he's not a DC cleric, but he does put all his points in Wisdom, given the opportunity, because that's what an old school cleric would do. I think if you're actually optimizing the build, he would only have a Wisdom of 18 and put all the rest of the points in Strength. But that's not what I think Dwerkin would do, so that's not what the build does. Clerics mean Wisdom, and so he gets as much of it as he can. You will see odd effects like that occasionally. That mob got knocked down, and that's the Colors of the Queen effect. At a 7% chance with any cast. So many times, I think it has a cool-off of 10 seconds with the 3rd level. So every 10 seconds there's a 7% chance something good will happen there. Got in a cloud here for some reason, but Okay, just working through it. Give the owlbear something to do. So we'll pick up the... There's a guy standing there, sitting there. In EverQuest, and I think to a lesser extent DDO, in EverQuest it was really important if a mob was facing you, then he was more subject to backstab and so on. And so depending on what kind of pet or companion you had, then it was important to get them facing the back of the mob. I think DDO has some of that same sort of logic, but you don't a furry spirit. That's an interesting item. Vendor fodder, but an interesting item. But it may still be of some benefit in DDO to get the owlbear at the back of the mob instead of the front of the mob. Especially if a mob's using a shield. These guys don't use shields. They're drow and they don't believe in shields for whatever reason. All offense. I was playing with the Dwarven rule that any gems Dwerkin sees he has to pick up. You don't see me picking up a bunch of stuff because doesn't need it. Dwerkin generally has too many plenty of platinum pieces for. I think I'm carrying 2 million. Oh, you can't tell on this screen. I think he's got around 2 million platinum, so running out of turns. So I'm gonna work harder to conserve turns and stop using turns to actually turn things. Just use it for the aura. Turns do regenerate, which is the nice thing about them. And I think I've got endless turning turned on, which helps them regenerate faster. I think that's one of the Epic Destiny things that I brought. Yeah, endless turning. And what that does is +3 turn undead uses, and it regenerates faster. But if you keep using it, I didn't have my charisma item on. Darn it!
What you've seen so far, surely some sort of unspeakable ritual must be underway.
So that's the end. And I was hoping we could go through there. We could use a bell of opening, or if I brought one of the rogue, he could open that for us. But we can take the secret way in. Once I remember where that is. Must not have been here because we didn't kill everybody. Oh, yeah, we did come through here. I wonder why we didn't kill him on the way through. He must have been hiding. So that was the kitchen. Let's go down to the lower level and see what we're missing.
The sound of dark prayers drifts in from the room ahead, along with the pungent smell of incense.
I'd actually like to get that Astral Panther and his buddy to come over here. Give everybody a... Oh! I got knocked down, but I didn't lose my implosion, so that's good. The bear's fear. Dwerkin's actually immune to fear. Well, let's get the bear unfeared. The Astral Panther is the pain here because of his knocking down things. I do appreciate in the mix here that the Priestess is casting Comet Fall, which is knocking me down, but the Astral Panther I'm more worried about than the Priestess. Get the bear unfair. Not sure if the Astral Panther casts fear over and over again, or if that's the Priestess is doing that. Looks like it came from the Panther. And here's the other Panther. This can't go slowly enough, but it can go slower. Get my aura running since the owlbears. This is one of the benefits of Exalted Angel, is you get this nice mass cure moderate wounds for 35 spell points. So not a spell-like ability perfectly, but reduced cost for a group heal. Now it cuts her down the priestess. This is not a I don't think this priestess is a life-stealing priestess. So the panther's dead, and the bear's feared, so I guess she's fearing the bear. The bear can't hit her. It sounds like he's whiffing. Oh, we did get her. Managed to get her with Sound Burst. Spell penetration success with a 19. That'll probably wrap her up, because if she can't keep Comet Volley. Nice chest back here in the church. And the kitchen key, yay! There's another side room. I think, well, let's see. Oh, this is coming into the kitchen from the side entrance. So good. We just got the kitchen key, so we'll go up to the kitchen. And I think the kitchen key will give us the other key. And you can bypass that again if you bring a rogue hireling in, which probably have a rogue in my folder, but I'd have to go back to the entrance and pull him.
Yet it's hard to work up an appetite when the smell of death is all around you.
But, you know, an obvious advantage here is none of these mobs can really hurt Dwerkin much. Got his full plate dragon mail armor on, and so he doesn't have all his resistances up. His resistances actually come later and don't have all the guild buffs on. And I don't bother to cast all the resistances because I just depend on my healing aura in here. Look around this place. This is very dark. I actually played DDO with the alpha channel turned up, and it's still very dark in here. Okay, so this is we're going to have some more panthers to deal with here. This will give us the secret entrance to the matron mother's chambers. This is why she has the dual panthers. Good. We want them focused on me and not on the bear. Just as I said that, then they went the other way. Let's see if we can give them an implosion opportunity. Oh, they have Death Ward on. Well, that's just rude. Okay, so it's Dwerkin versus the owlbear. The owlbear is, no, he's still attacking my mob. I was hoping he was attacking the other panther, and we see who finished their panther first. But I think we're both attacking the same one. He's good about assisting. Another key missing from DDO is the assist key. In EverQuest, it was easy to set an assist where you'd make sure that everyone in your party was attacking the same mob at the same time, which made it easier to coordinate combat. Let's give him a Rejuvenation Cocoon. So you have your choice in here. There's going to be some mobs along here. Yeah, the guards. Basically, there's a storyline choice here where you can choose to help the daughter or help the matron mother. What I always do is help the go to the matron mother and tell her what's going on with the daughter. And that's because the daughter turns undead, which, you know, Dwerkin's a cleric. The other reason is one of the items that comes out of the daughter's chest is more useful to Dwerkin. I've already got the item, but it's more useful.
Everything is going according to plan.
It had better be. If my mother suspects anything,
oh, we could use a shrine, couldn't we?
A mercy.
Relic has taken the bait. He says he can raise her from the dead, and we'll
they won't
keep
go on
control.
until
Matron
we fuel the
time is
conversation.
nearly up.
Some things like this I do get caught up in where, oh no, you know, they're talking, I gotta rush down the hall, da-da-da. And then,
Now go,
so
before someone sees us together.
let's highlight the buffs, and we'll get all the buffs put on. I'll do a group buff for that one. I'll do a group buff for this one. I actually duplicated that one, but... Okay, and then we'll hit that and put aura back on. See, I got my turns back up to 20, so yay.
A necromantic cauldron sits tucked away in one of the corners.
Now there's this thing back here.
This appears to be the house matron's private shrine.
You can pop these and then spiders come out. Kinda like that. Sound burst the spiders and they got stunned. Go see the matron mother.
House matron Shifsha Sin does not seem to be surprised by your sudden intrusion. Instead, she beckons for you to
Wait,
speak
we've come
with
to
her.
warn you. They're gonna kill you and then raise you and use your undead corpse. That traitor. That sounds harsh but fair. Dwerkin's all about the lawful. So now we can run back here and kill the plotters before the matron mother gets there and get their XP.
The door seems to be securely sealed. Perhaps
I don't know
there's
if you
some
can
way to
use
open it
blowing
on
up the
other
cauldron back
side.
there to kill this fellow. I haven't tried that. Good. That gives me a boost of 4 for seeking eternal rest. Gives me a boost of 4 for turning. Never been able to turn Priestess Ceylon. She's only level 29. I can turn up to level 38, but never. She must have a higher level for turning, or she's just not turnable.
Priestess crumbles to dust with a hideous wail.
And the guard inherits everything. Oh, no, never mind. So this chest can actually have something good for Dwerkin, but I think I already got the something. I don't remember what the something is, but it's that chest. That's the one.
The priestess's cauldron has been destroyed.
Bear, run, run, bear. Run, bear, run. See the bear run. Run, bear, run. Okay, so we came in from the left. If we go out, no. So we came in from the left. If we go out to the right, then that takes us into the other part. So this is kind of the secret ramp if you don't get all the... and we've got the mandatory 2 more Astral Panthers. If anything's worth doing, it's worth doing 3 times. Oh, there's no Astral Panthers here. So that was the one that we cleared to. Or we came back out the one that we'd already done. We came back out in the kitchen. So I used my wander skills and brought us the wrong way. So we'll run back through the hallway. There won't be any guards this time because of their being dead, and so we'll just run across. And we'll find the other 2 Astral Panthers, and then we'll clear them out. Here they are. Yeah, the bear's just watching me and waits to see, are we fighting the Astral Panthers or not? Oh yeah. Oh, we got one of the Astral Panthers with the sound burst. Got both of them with the sound burst. Spell pin of roll of 14, so nice. And we're spell locking them with sound burst. Stun locking them with sound burst, I should say. Got a roll of 5 and still got him. I've got a little more spell penetration on my gear at higher levels than I do here. So should be able to play in hard. I don't think I have enough spell penetration for Epic Elite. Not that kind of cleric. The DC clerics have to focus on spell penetration in order to, and DC casters in general, in order to get everything to work. Now these guys are just standing around waiting for us to come in. They don't care. So they'll let us run right in. We can't do anything down there until we kill this guy. And he's just going to wait and talk to us. So I'm going to put on my poison prevention. And go ahead and put on some raise my protections, because he's going to cast everything in the kitchen sink. And I don't do that a lot, but I'm going to hit Death Pack. I don't put Death Pack on a lot. What that does is, it's a cleric spell that if I were to be killed, then it will res me. So, we got to talk to him. Tell me what you're up to. I'll make sure you never get the chance. I've heard enough. Prepare to fight. That sounds good. Pass ready to fight. Give him a tsunami. See if we can simplify this a little bit. I like simple. Let's give everybody an implosion opportunity. Some of the implosions go off, so good. Get the owlbear a little heal. Darn it, he dodged my tsunami. Tsunami's a little slow developing, that's the only disadvantage. It's kind of a poor man's boss killer. Also has the advantage of being a wind spell, so it'll get rid of. Give everybody another turn. Get some of these undead off my back. I'm going to switch back over to my voice. Oh, something's actually doing damage to Dwerkin. We don't want that. But I've got the Harper pin, which will release me if I ever do get stunned or have a crowd control. It refreshes every 5 minutes. There we go.
position will be much weaker now that we've been deprived
Get another.
of the best necromancer.
That debuff off of me. Nice. Clear both those guys out. There's a chest here. What have you found? Oh, let's just turn him. Now the rest of the undead, if we run down here and destroy these cauldrons,
The remaining undead crumble to dust as the ritual chamber burns.
and that completes the quest. So, yeah, a bit of a wander. Gotta watch the owlbear there. He's got himself. There's some other optionals that didn't finish. I didn't go down to the slaves' quarters. I really ought to go down there and destroy the cauldrons in the slaves' quarters. But the main quest is done. We can see if I can find my way down to the slave quarters. I wander through this one a lot. It's not the layout of this place is not clear to me at all. Oh, do we find another mob? No real advantage to killing the mobs here. Let's see how many XP they're going to give us for the slave quarters. May not be worth our time to go down there. Hey, can you attack that guy? Let's see. Destroy the necromantic cauldrons in the servants' quarters, 939 XP. No, we don't care. Okay, so that'll wrap this one up. Thanks.